the token launch of the TC. For now, that's it.
Cool. Thanks, Mert. And since you came a little late, you probably don't know who hasn't gone yet, but Nate hasn't gone, so I'll pass to him.
Thanks. Everything is really great. Really excited to see this token live and see the reaction to it from people in the space, and so it's really exciting. And then, just all the working groups. Like, there's so much going on right now, and so much incremental progress, and I cannot wait until we actually have these products that we're putting out into the TE space. Whether it's the Gravity, the Consilience Library, the SoftGov processes, the research, it's the reward system. Like, everything is moving in so many different directions, and it's really exciting. But also, like, we got a lot of work to do still, so it's really cool to have that type of hype and like, oh my goodness, let's buckle down and get going again. So yeah, I'm just really excited about seeing all the participation that we've had so far. So I will pass it on to Tara.
Welcome, Teresa. You landed in our Stewards Weekly. Would you like to take a moment and introduce yourself? You're very welcome to hang out here with us. I see that your mute went off, but can't hear you. Do you want to try again? No sound is coming through yet. All right. Well, if you are able, so we still can't hear you, but if you are able to, maybe you could introduce yourself a little later too. And I'll pass to Vi to keep going.
Hello.
Oh yeah, we got you. All right, good. Yes, we can hear you now.
I had my phone connected in the Bluetooth from the car, so like it wasn't working well. No, it's actually my first call that I'm listening from the Discord. I'm very happy to be here. I want to congratulate you all with the launch of tech. I'm still learning about the whole Give It economy, all that Give It had to offer, all the different things out there. So I'm just happy to be listening, and I'll keep up.
Cool. You're very welcome to listen. It's nice to have people join our call. And maybe I'll pass to Vi then. Vi, do you want to give your temperature check?
It's burning hot right now. I'm really, really excited about the launch and reward system. I can't wait for Praise us to get a stable version of Praise going. The trial count went well, even though we lost the database. We plugging all the holes and fixing things, ensuring that the final version is all right. And I'm super pumped up about the YYV plus YGG Discord course for labs, and I'm just figuring out what would be good for 8 days, how much stuff we can put in there, and what were the best things. Super excited about that. And yeah, I'll pass it to I think everyone has went, right?
Chewy, but he may have poor reception. Chewy, is your can you hear well? I don't know if you can't want to give a shot at giving a temperature check. Okay. He mentioned his connection is a little weak right now where he is. Okay, so then I guess the last one is me, but Chewy, feel free to jump in if you want to. I would say I don't know. It didn't hit me when we launched, and it was really exciting. And then as I was taking a walk to do something in the neighborhood, it really hit me, and I felt like I was walking, and I stopped, and I was like, oh my God, we launched. I was alone in the middle of the street when it really kind of landed on me that it happened. So that's very cool. And then I would say, just overall, it was really cool to see the TE Academy. It has about half of the conviction that it needs already after about 24 hours. So that was really neat. It's nice to see everything live and how things work. And it's just really cool that we're finally live after so many months of work to get here. Hey, Craig, welcome. Do you want to share a temperature check?
Oh, it's smoking hot. Congratulations, everyone. Finally, ABC's live. Woo! It's funny, I'm thinking back to the beginning when Griff was like, yeah, January. If he was right, it was just a year later. So, yeah, thanks. That's all. Awesome job, everyone.
Cool. And I see Manu. Did I see you hop in? Yeah. Welcome, Manu. Do you want to share a temperature check with the rest of the stewards?
No, just excited to have sent the the emails to all of our contacts on HubSpot and getting to see the engagement on the different people who opened it, and even getting to see how that reflected on some people buying like after they opened the email. I mean, I can't know for sure, but there were, checking on the smart contract, there were a couple of buys, so that could have tilted it in our favor. So definitely willing to share my screen to show some of the analytics that we can see on HubSpot later on, if that's within the scope of this meeting. If not, I'm just happy to be here with everyone.
I really appreciate that, Manu. I am super curious and would love to know, but look at our agenda today. If you want to throw it at the bottom, and if there's time left over, otherwise maybe we can also see it next week, because it'd be interesting.
Sure. Cool. Thanks.
Cool. So I don't think I missed anyone. I think that's correct. So
Me.
Come again?
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I have like limited reception, but it's like I've just been like super happy. We've been talking about this for months. It's like beyond hot. It's like a new like state of matter. It's been very, very exciting to see everything working on and just to feel how everyone is very happy about this finally happening. So yeah, we let's see. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit at the end, but we got the high vibes came across. Cool. Okay, so now I think everyone really, really went. I'm gonna jump to the TEC. So it was amazing, Juan Carlos. Your presentation went really well. We're gonna keep doing this. So the Token Engineering Academy and Token Engineering Commons will present Introduction to Token Engineering together every month. They selected 2 more dates, and I know we discussed having it be a different steward that presents every time. There's one small piece of feedback around, we might even be able to make it more high level and maybe stay out of some of the details that might be confusing for people who maybe don't know the TEC at all. So maybe we can, the next person who does it can adjust the deck to do that. So I'd love if anyone wants to volunteer for it. You can do it on this call. You can just add your name to the agenda or drop it on the steward's Telegram. I'm going to keep moving just to keep the flow because, it's February 16th, so we have time to organize who will do it. But if anyone wants to do the presentation, please do, make yourself volunteer known. Griff, you want to do the initial buy? Thanks for bringing this up.
Yes, there is an important vote at the bottom of the conviction of the gardens that is looks really boring and ominous. It is. It's a decision vote. 3 or 4 people have voted. It will send the TEC tokens that were minted in the initial buy to the rewards multisig and to the reward board and to the laser tag group. So we should do that. It was supposed to happen in the deployment, but for some reason we minted it in the common pool. Sorry about that, guys. TEC is sitting in the common pool. It needs to go to the other 2 multisigs. Help.
Okay, so this one, vote number 3.
Yes. Yeah, the link's in the agenda.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get that passed. Thanks for adding that. Okay, so there is a final version of the, anything else about that, Griff, before I move on? Okay. There's a final proposal. So I've updated a few things in here. So it's ready to go to conviction voting. Before it does, I'd love to go through the stewards go through it one last time. Specifically, I want to ask about, we have 9 working group coordination leads, 14 stewards. So this is what the budget comes out to based on there being a monthly stipend of $750 for working group coordination leads and $500 for stewards. And then if somebody is both the working group coordination lead and the steward, it would be a cumulative amount. The 14 stewards are here. The 9 working group coordination leads are here. And the question, so I am welcome, anyone is welcome to add comments in this document or to raise questions now if you have questions or comments that you want to make. And then the thing I want to know, I really need help with here is what I'm proposing, what we've proposed in here is that every month, I was thinking there would be a thread under the stewards channel where people would request that compensation that month. So yeah, and then I was wondering, how are other working groups going to be doing it? And then I was wondering, is this actually something that we could use DWork for? Like the monthly, like the bounty would be the fixed price and it would be for the month of stewardship or something like that. So those are things I wanted to get some feedback from other stewards about. Does anyone want to share, can someone jump in and share how your working group will be keeping the payments transparent to the community?
Actually, Tom, like me and Ivy were also thinking on adding DWork, but then also like you had this comment, like this is like a test tool, and then we thought like also like actually a similar approach like you were suggesting before, like just people applying and then sharing it on a thread on Discord, like having a special thread for ask for your trace or whatever we call it. And then only in this channel you see like all the traces, and that would be transparent, and until DWork proves to be working properly. Yeah, I mean.
Okay. It is, we could, the proposal is only for 3 months, so we can try that for 3 months and see how it goes, and then in 3 months we'll have more learnings to do something different. But I was wondering if anyone is like, I have a great way to do it. I'd love to hear that too. Chewy, I know your connection's a little bad. I don't know. I think is comms exclusively using DWork to keep compensation transparent, or will role-based work have another method?
Well, in the end, it's a gnosis safe, because pretty much like the only thing that DWork does is submit the transaction once the task is done. So in the end, I feel it's a multi-sig. So if I think a good option could also be like maybe handle it directly in Gnosis Safe instead of doing like a DWork space, or if it provides like any more like transparency or just to like the overall process, maybe DWork could be the way. But I mean, it's not directly something that makes a difference like with multi-sig.
Okay, cool. If anyone has any other ideas, please share them in the stock. I'm expecting to probably wait a little while, it's like 12 hours something, so people can comment if they want, and then post it on conviction voting in the morning. So I'll give it maybe
I have one idea, Tam, and for managing the gnosis, yeah, instead of having like several people having to participate in that process and having to vote, in Gravity we're going to have like one responsible for the execution of the payments. So I think that would be easier instead of like having to vote for every execution, just like having someone who has that in their responsibilities.
I was thinking something similar. I was thinking something along like the 1 of 3, so that like 3 people could do it, but 1 person would be able to do it on their own. That's a great topic, actually. Like how other working groups are organizing the multi-sigs and or the distributions. Okay.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you have an example, Tamara, of the special projects, of what a special project might look like? And to give I can give some context of the labs, for the current state of the labs. So I would say, like, I'm the steward of the labs, but Metaverde has been facilitating the labs for the past 8 weeks. So we could split that steward and working group coordination lead, but we also might just categorize the labs itself as a special project. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. And I guess I would wonder, because Metaverde doesn't really participate in the transversal coordination, the sprints, the planning. So that's sort of like the working group coordination lead is really that specific role.
Okay.
Sort of it's defined in here. But special projects was, what if we have another steward? What if there is I don't know, a tool that we need to use? So it's sort of for like just in case there's something and we would be able to have a little bit of bandwidth, a little bit of buffer, I mean. Or it could be something like that. Maybe there's a speaker that we want to bring in and do some training for the stewards, and there's a price attached with that.
So it's really anything that needs a budget, needs its own sort of dedicated budget. And so would it make sense, the special projects is probably more likely variable, like it's not like everyone would be 2,000. Would it be more on a case-by-case basis?
I actually have it at, maybe it's not clean here, actually, so thanks for that. It's actually just 2,000 a month. So the special projects is like this buffer of 2,000 wrapped XDAI a month for the total of 6,000. So it's not attached to a person. It's like, like a petty cash box or something. Something that's just like
neat.
Yeah.
And that's across the entire org. Okay. It's not per working group. I thought this was per working group. That's why I was like, okay, what's an example? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's
actually a really good point. And I can make that more clear. Yeah, it would be just for the stewards working group. So 2,000 wrapped XDAI a month for just the stewards working group, in case there's another steward like on boards, or there's some special project that we need funding for.
Okay, that's clear.
I'd also love to hear people's opinion about that. If there's a strong opinion for it or against it, please do drop comments. Or
can I just add something quick?
Absolutely.
I think also each working group is free to create their own budgeting strategy as they wish. Like, for example, for SoftGov, I didn't feel like it would be the best use of, I don't know, it didn't make sense to me to make a working group a funding proposal, but to use the reward systems and see if that would be enough to engage participants, also almost like an experiment. And if there is any type of project that we would need a certain type of budget, to submit that as a proposal to the DAO. So I think that's also a way to do it.
Yeah, keeping in mind the multiple parallel channels we have the reward system, we have the proposals on the commons pool, and those are in parallel to these budgets for stewards and coordination leads.
Yeah, actually, that's actually really an important point. This is just for being a steward. So there would be, for each of the working groups, probably something on top of that for the people, the contributors in there, including the stewards. And so I was thinking, like, probably for something like the, Metaverdes facilitating the Solidity Zombies course, that would sort of be a special, like a budget for the labs, actually. Does that make sense?
Sorry, something had just came up when you said that. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I'd say for something like the Metaverdes facilitation of the the zombies Solidity course would be a project that would be funded by labs.
Okay, so there's budgeting per working group. Does that go through the commons pool through a proposal? I'm sorry that I'm a bit out of the loop.
No, it's okay. All of these working group funding goes through conviction voting, yes. And transparency already has theirs there, and most of the other working groups have already put it on the forum. I guess the process is to first put it on the forum and then to put it on conviction voting.
Awesome. That's stellar. Yeah, okay, that makes so much sense.
Okay.
So I just want to add a comment real quick. I hate being the critical guy, but I'm still very skeptical of the role-based compensation model that we've proposed for both the working groups and the stewards, just because it does hamstring us a little bit from like adding stewards and from kind of managing the work within each working group the way that it's open and accessible to newcomers and contributors. And I just wanted to make sure that is on the radar for people, my critique of that. So yeah.
Yeah, well, thanks, Nate. I guess there's definitely trade-offs, right? Like we could do a different model, but then there'll be disadvantages of that model too. And I think part of the reason it feels like we can move forward with this is at least it's sort of like, okay, we're doing this for 3 months. And then if there's a better proposal for how to do it, we can always then pass a different version that has more advantages. But I don't think this will be the way that it will always be forever, actually, if that helps.
No, it definitely does.
Okay, cool. So without any further comments, thanks everyone for your thoughts, and we'll move on from that one. But feel free to add comments and thoughts in here as well. Or on the forum, it's on the forum as well. So that's probably an even better place to add some comments. And then the stewards 6-month terms. So this is something we talked about already before, but sort of putting it into practice will be happening kind of nowish, like in a few days. So the stewardship term is 6 months and multiple terms are possible. And then there's these windows of like, basically commitment, where you're publicly declaring your commitment to be a steward. And if that doesn't happen, then you just sort of, the steward role just falls off the person who sort of maybe decides that they can't be a steward anymore or can't be as active or moved on to a different project. And the process should start February. I was thinking there'd be two windows. So February and August, the first 2 weeks of February, the first 2 weeks of August. I will draft a version of it so that anyone who wants to can use a similar template to the one that I draft. The idea here is a few things, right? So, full transparency, all of the stewards are on the forum, basically committing their to stewarding the TEC. And that basically will just last until the next 6-month term unless somebody is offboarded in between that period. So I added it to our manifesto now. Anybody have any immediate feedback that they want to share, concerns that they want to share especially? Okay, cool. You can always go drop them in the document, in the manifesto, if you want to make a comment in there. In which case, I'm going to move on to the Stewards Council topic for tomorrow.
Just really quick, is there a chance to speed, like, for your proposal, since it's asking for so much, maybe split it into 2 3-month proposals? And that way the first one could pass fast and the last one could pass later?
It is a 3-month proposal.
Ah, okay. Cool. Great. My bad.
No problem. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we could split it month by month, but I have a feeling we just try to see how it, do you think, like, what do we think it'll take?
It'll take a lot. I mean, you can see it'll take 2 weeks is my guess. And we'd have to pick like I think we're gonna find that we have to coordinate like as a community what proposals pass a little bit. So like, because 2 weeks means 20% of the token holders or 30% of the token holders sitting behind that proposal and not voting for other ones for 2 weeks. So these larger proposals, if there's a bunch of them at the same time, like the fact that there's only really the TE Academy up right now makes it go in a couple days. But I think we're going to have a buildup of proposals, so we'll have to coordinate a little bit.
Very good point. Do we want that to be the topic for the Stewards Council tomorrow?
Could be.
Like conviction voting and how
voter collusion. Topic 1.
Flocking.
Wait, what did you just say? Forced collusion?
Voter
collusion?
Voter collusion.
I would brand it as flocking.
Okay, cool. Anyone have any, thanks for bringing that point up, actually. 2 weeks does seem like a bit of time. But I also think it would start February. So as long as it passes before the end of February, it should be fine for the month of February to start allocating the first week of March for the month of February. Any other topics? I think that's a great topic for us to delve into. Zeptimus last week raised the point about a possibility of staking stables or using the working group funding that's sitting in their treasury for other investments. That's also another idea I thought we could possibly cover as well. So
make it 2 hour call.
Yeah. Anything else come up? Because those are 2 pretty heavy ones. I think they're also high priority, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone was heard here. Okay, cool. It will be one or both of those 2. Hey, Griff and Chewy, do you want to share your idea for the community call tomorrow?
Sorry, Discord.
Yes.
Discord. Oh yeah, go for it, Chewy.
Oh, it's pretty simple. We're using tomorrow's community call for having a TEC launching party, and yeah, we are. We're just gonna do like the usual round of praise, and yeah, like get to attract people just to celebrate with us the launch of the TEC. So Asset Laser is working in a flyer right now that we're gonna be pushing, and Yeah. Am I forgetting something here?
No, I think that's it. I mean, just I don't think we need to do it. I guess I'd be curious if anyone feels like they need to give some major working group updates. I think the reward system probably does, for instance, because there was a lot of action there. I don't know if any other working groups really need to have updates. But we can make space for that. But I think we should also just make space for like TEC launch party. You know, maybe we can like celebrate. We can do praise, and then we can show people how the convert works. Show people how voting works, and just be like, this is what we did. You know, what have we done? And go through it.
What if we had
Can
kind
that
of a
be the
rough-
title?
What have we done? Sounds like a good
Yes.
title.
What have we done party?
TEC
Usually
launch
used
party.
in the
What have we
context.
done?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's usually used in a negative context, like, oh my god, what have I done? You know, like-
What we have done is what we're trying.
Yeah. Cool. It might even be interesting if there's enough people that come in, like maybe like a little Q&A, you know, answer some questions. People might have a lot of questions too.
Sure. If someone wants to facilitate a Q&A, I think in these larger things, it's like have people write the question in a channel, and then when the question is good, we could, you know, I don't know, it's tough. It's always a gamble with short time to be like, hey, you know, you do want to vocalize your question? It's a good question, you know, kind of a thing, or just have a facilitator read the question and give the person props.
Cool. Okay, awesome. So don't update your slides tomorrow. When does anyone ever say that? And rewards, Lydia, I guess you give the update on rewards tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. But it would be weird to have just just those updates, right?
Well, I
But
think
can
this
say
is like,
something.
it's what we're doing too. I think the reward system is really worth, you know, it's a major piece of our economy.
I agree with that too. I think it's also as anticipated as the launch was, as highly anticipated.
And you guys
Okay.
are in the middle of quant. There's like another test quant happening. We could probably try to get some more quanters, and I don't know, whatever you guys need.
There's enough. There's like 30, 35 now, but there's some people who didn't sign up on time to get to play with the dashboard. So that's the only reason I would do another one.
Okay, cool. All right, next topic, Griff. It's the TEC ETH.
Oh, hey, did you guys know I have TEC.eth? I also have TECommons.eth. They're kind of fun. Maybe we should assign them to something. The problem is if we can assign them to a Gnosis multisig, a Gnosis safe, and it's really nice because it like you can redeploy the Gnosis safe on every chain. So if someone sends us money on Arbitrum or Binance Smart Chain, we can actually deploy the multisig underneath it. I would say, hey, let's send it to the common pool. But honestly, the common pool is only going to exist on XDAI and really can only handle wrapped XDAI, which no one is going to send us wrapped XDAI. So like, you know, it'd just be a lot of hassle. And I was thinking laser tag is the natural place for it to go. I would love to hear thoughts on this. Also, I feel like if we get donations, honestly, we have a funding stream. It might be the best thing that we could do is actually create liquidity for our token is probably the best thing to do with some of this money. So, or any, like if we make a Gitcoin grant, for instance, or put a project up on Giveth, it just goes to this multi-sig. And I'd be curious if there's any thoughts on this. Should I make a forum post? Should I just do it? I mean, in the end, I control these things. I don't need your permission. No, I'm just kidding. I would like your permission, though. I could even transfer them to the TEC, to the laser tag multi-sig. I don't know. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I share like laser tag is the place, right? We created all these processes around laser tag, so I feel like this grants money should go there. And I think this is a nice idea, using TC.is.
I think it's the best solution with the least amount of administrative overhead. Like, technically we might have to do some stuff that would be outside of it, like redirecting funds that maybe need to get converted and put into the common pool. Or however, you know, if like maybe it's earmarked for salaries or whatever, but I think it's the best way without like getting yourself swamped in multi-sigs.
Yeah, I think it's agile. I think it's super epic. How much did that tech.eth, how much did that cost? Probably a fortune. But
I don't even remember it.
yeah, I think it's awesome. That's great that you have that. Thinking about like income streams, grants, donations to the TEC. It's gonna be nice to have that, and nice to have it go to laser tag. It's super agile, I think. And like Septi said, we already have all the infrastructure around laser tag, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Any objections? Sorry,
Yeah,
oh, is that what you're going to say, Tim?
Yeah. Any dissenting opinions?
They're welcomed. Part of advice process. Okay. Cool. That's great. I have something that's kind of, I'm sorry to add it to this, but I didn't write it down, but it's related. I also have all the previous donations that were raised by Gitcoin on a key that I just hold. Should I send that to LaserTag? Should I? Yeah. Any thoughts there? Should I send it to the common pool? Convert all the Raptex dice into the common pool? Should this be a forum post?
I think it would be great if it was sent to the reward system, because the least we can do that process of converting from XDAI to TC tokens, the best. I mean, we would have to do that now anyways with that money, but it wouldn't be a process that needs to go through conviction voting.
Any other thoughts? I don't think that sending it to the reward system makes a lot of sense personally. I think it should either go to the common pool or laser tag. But because the reward system has fat stacks, or it's going to have, I don't know.
I mean, we have to quantify praise from like a really long time ago.
Yeah, we're in debt.
Like 4 or 5 months of backlog of praise.
And each TEC token is you're getting 100,000 TEC tokens though, aren't you? Something like that. Which is
I
like
think it was like
$300,000.
$300,000. Really? I thought it was like. Well, no, because the initial buy was only 250,000.
Yeah, but you got to buy the TEC token while it was $1. Well, it was $1 to $1.40, so it's appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
So if right now the low liquidity, I think TEC tokens, let's say $2.50. So I'm not sure how many tokens you guys get. Oh, I think you're only getting 55,000 tokens. Okay, well, it sounds like a forum post already.
Yeah, I like to add more liquidity, so I think laser tag and start working actually with those funds. I mean, maybe we said like wait a month or two for yeah, the token to stabilize, but I think we should start thinking how to bring liquidity.
Yeah, I guess my leaning would also be towards laser tag, but I did think that the reward system would also be able to, if they need to, use conviction voting for rewards. Like, so it'd be this initial stack that they have, and then future rewards would be through conviction voting, right?
Why not both?
What did you say, Vi?
Why not both? Like we send some to the reward system and the rest goes to laser tag. I think we can maybe find out if what would be a good amount for reward system so that they don't have future issues with asking for funds, and then the rest goes to laser tag.
Yeah, let me even see how much money it has. I don't think it has that much money. Like we're talking on the range of $2,000 or something like that. So it's not like.
In which case, I wonder. Go ahead.
I guess actually it has 2,000 DAI on mainnet. So let me see. Maybe it has more than $2,000. I'll get more research. I'll investigate and make a forum post because there's enough ideas already. Before the other idea was the other question was unanimous, so this one gets a forum post.
Cool.
Thanks.
Chewy, the next item on the topic is, do you want to give an update about the delegation for Dawn DAO and then for Gnosis? I don't know if it sort of came up last week. I don't know if your internet is stable enough for you to share an update on that.
Yep, it's much better now. Still no updates. We eventually have to take a decision. I feel comfortable being the TEC's delegate for Dawn DAO. However, I don't think that it could be something like necessarily good to also stay in the Gnosis chain innovation DAO. So if anyone would be interested in becoming a delegate, I just feel that it could be a good decision for just for the sake of not centralizing like a lot of delegation in different communities to one person. So yeah, this would be like the only thing that we would have to make a decision on. So yeah, if anyone is into like Gnosis chain, yeah, let us know.
Okay, cool. Thanks for that update, Julie. Okay, proposal inverter. Mert and Mitch, do you have anything that you'd like to share with everyone about the proposal inverter?
Yeah, I can share that now. A Gitcoin proposal will be sent probably next week to co-fund with TC and Prime to development of proposal inverter. So that's the hot news from proposal inverter. And also I would like to talk with Mitch after this one to form some sort of working group to like discuss what we will do and how do we move forward with the task that we will assign ourselves. So from my side, that's it.
Yeah, I can't really add. I spent the hour there just like absorbing all the information. There's a lot of people in this working group and a lot of ideas buzzing around, and so I'm just like, I was basically just trying to collect all the information from that last call. And then, like Mert said, there's a lot of coordination that has to happen.
Okay, cool. If it makes sense, I'll leave a space on this Stewards Weekly for updates there. until it doesn't make sense anymore. But thanks for that. And we've reached the end of our agenda. I think we're going to take up Zep's question in the Stewards Council tomorrow. Oh, no, we didn't. I'm sorry. Vi, should we bring up the conversation about whether we should shift praise code repos to common stack org? Should this be brought up in the reward systems working group? Are there any more considerations to have? So that's a very good question, Vi. Should we shift praise to the common stack Gitcoin repo?
Yeah, so the main rationale behind this is because Praise was initially a common stack product, and it makes a lot more sense to have the tooling over there. And the question is like, when would be a good time to bring up this conversation in rewards board or the reward system working group, especially considering like now the TEC is slowly getting its own economy separate from the common stack. So like, what would be the relation over here? And the considerations that I'm having is, would people involved in the development or in the advice process for this feel weirded out by that this is being like a common stack thing and not a TEC thing? I mean, it's to me it's the same, but like that's a concern that I was having.
From my perspective, and I think it's always actually been a common stack thing more than a TEC thing. Sorry, could you guys hear me or no? My computer's freaking out.
Okay,
yeah, so I think it makes sense to move things to the common stack repo. I mean, technically DEC doesn't even have a GitHub repo. Like, it's commons built.
Yeah. And the added questions with that would be, since this would be a product that we like, probably there might be some conversation about us providing services to other DAOs for setting this up. And would that be a common stack thing? Would it be our thing? Like, I don't know. Maybe we should have these discussions somewhere down the line.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a mix of common stack and general magic.
Yeah. All right then.
I guess the question the most important question you raised, Vi, is like, what's the timing? Like, can it be done completely transparent? Like, transparently is not the word I mean, but like without interruption, or is it something that should, once Praise has really launched and is operational, then it sort of gets moved without disruption? That's the word I was looking for. How disruptive would it be to move it? And then I think that will answer what the timing should be. I don't know if you have an answer for that, Vi. You know everything though.
I don't think it would be disruptive. Like transferring repos is straightforward. Might just need to change some of the information and like I don't know how we're going to package this, probably Docker containers, but that's something that will come down somewhere down the line. So we can do it now or later. It just depends. I'm just worried about what would be a good time to have the conversation. Like preferably I'd like this to be like something that's also discussed in the consideration for the reward systems budget. Because this does have an impact on, because like they're paying people to it, and then if there's an extra angles with like two different groups that are partnering over this, so that's why I was wondering what would be like.
I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense to make a partnership between TC, Common Stack, General Magic, and formalize or clear boundaries. Right? It's a principle. Thanks for bringing that by.
All right.
And we're at the top of the hour. So maybe just to close that, I mean, if you're comfortable bringing it up with the rewards group, and the rewards working group can sort of determine based on the current timeline where that makes a good when a good time to do it is, that I think would work for everyone too. Thanks for being here today. And oh, it's the rewards group meeting happening right now, isn't it? So speaking of the rewards working group, I think it's happening now.
Yep.
Hey, YGG.
Hello.
Did you record the call by any chance? I just forget to press the
I have it
button.
recorded, yeah.
Oh, nice. Can you send it over to me?
Yeah, should I put it?
Mr. Anderson.
Thanks, man.
I can
Thank
put
you
it
so
on
much.
the YouTube. Should I just put it on the
Oh,
YouTube?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just that. Thank you so much.
Okay. Awesome. No problem. Thanks everyone.
Thanks, everyone. See you.